welcome back. Thanks for joining your virtual drinking buddy. So, tonight I'm getting around to try a beer that I've held on to for a while, Bud Light Platinum. I picked this up at Pony Creek Liquor months ago, probably like July. And I don't know when you're going to watch this, so July of 2020. Is that right? Maybe like probably early July. Whenever Busch Light Apple came out, I got a mix and match 6-pack and threw that in there just because I've never had it. And I wanted to see what made it platinum. Why it was a Bud Light, but it was Bud Light Platinum, other than the fact that it's 6% alcohol by volume. A few notes before we get into the stats. I kind of dig this bottle. It's a blue glass. That's not printed on there. That is blue glass. If you look down into the bottle, that's all blue. And for me, that's pretty cool just because blue's my favorite color. Not that it matters, but I don't know. So that's fun. And before I try the beer, let's get into it. Like I said, 6% alcohol by volume. It's 139 calories, so it's not super light. I'm assuming because of the higher alcohol count, it's gonna have more calories. I can't remember off the top of my head what Bud Light is, but I feel like it's closer to 110 calories, maybe even below that. But here's one thing that isn't light about this beer is the carb count. It's 5.1 grams of carbs, which isn't the heaviest beer by any means, but for a light beer, that just seems a little steep. I think there's actually a couple of light beers, probably like some microbrewed beers that are their light beer, that particular microbrews beer that is their light beer that has a higher carb count. I feel like maybe Lucky Bucket Light is, I feel like that was like 8 grams of carbs, whereas like Michelob Ultra is 2.6. Miller Lite is 3.2 grams, so it's definitely higher than others. And then on the website, it also listed the ingredients, which are water, like I'm from Philadelphia or something, water, corn, barley, cane sugar, and hop extract. So not a real overwhelming list of ingredients. I know some beers, they list like what types of hops they use, what types of barley they used. This is just barley. And I suppose in the end, it doesn't really matter as long as the end product is good. So enough yammering. I'm going to get in and see what this very light colored but somewhat strong beer is all about. Oh no, it tastes a lot like a Bud Light. It's maybe, honestly, it reminds me more of Coors Light than it does Bud Light. Because I always find that, like, Bud Light just has like kind of a vague, nondescript, but good beer flavor. I mean, some people won't agree that it's good, but I remember they had an ad campaign years ago that was talked about Bud Light had drinkability, and so they tried describing it, and really what it was a nondescript flavor that was easy drinking. Like, even if you don't like it, you could probably drink it if you want to catch a buzz, and you're not going to feel too bad about it. It's not like choking down a natty ice or something. Whereas this, it has a little bit of the flavor of how wort smells. So when I say wort, I don't mean bumps on your fingers. I guess, sugary solution that is created from the. So when you're making beer, traditionally you germinate barley. So you grow little sprouts out of barley, and that gives you something to extract sugar out of. You like boil those up and get wort, which is then mixed with hops and yeast and whatever to continue the brewing process. And so if you've ever been to a brewery and you can smell that, that's kind of what I'm tasting here. I've always thought that Coors Light had that, which I actually kind of like. Maybe that's not for everybody, but that's kind of a flavor I like. And lately I've been going towards like Coors Light when I'm having a light beer. And this is, I think, closer to that than a Bud Light per se. Yeah, I'm still tasting it. It's kind of a, what am I trying to think of? It's a sweeter flavor than not, but it's not like a sugary sweet. It's not necessarily malty sweet. The best thing I can suggest, especially my experience is going to the big breweries. I've been to Golden and taken the Coors tour. I've been to Fort Collins and they have an Anneheiser-busch brewery there. I've done that one. I guess I've done Boulevard too down in Kansas City, and you can smell it in the air. That the smell of the wort, the solution, I guess, before you add the yeast. It's where you get your sugars from to create the alcohol. So if you can take a brewery tour, do that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you homebrew, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. And so that's kind of what this tastes like. And if that's not for you, you're probably not going to like Bud Light Platinum. If that is for you, or you're not sure and you just want to try it out, oh, excuse me. How terribly crude. I do apologize. So if you're just curious, like I was, it's not a bad beer. Excuse me, I just keep belching. And I don't intend to, but unfortunately, beer kind of has that that side effect, so bear with me. But yeah, so, I don't know. There's not much to it. Cool blue bottle, not a lot of information. Not a special beer, but not a bad beer. And at 6% alcohol, it's going to hit you hard. So if you have several of these, you're going to feel it. So that's really all I got for this. It's an alright beer. If you like light beers, this is probably going to be right up your alley. Especially if you like Coors Light and you want something a little stronger. Personally, I think it's closer to the flavor of Coors Light than Bud Light. But then again, we're splitting hairs. We're talking about light beers, so they're not really that much different. It's like debating the difference in flavor between Coke and Pepsi. Yeah, there's a difference in flavor, but does it really matter? No, it really doesn't. So I'll leave you with that. This is the Malted Gentleman reminding you, you only have one liver, so use it wisely.